Hello, this is Monique Summerfield, also from Divine Shift Coaching. This is day 12 of Gratitude for Men. Can you hear me? It's a little chilly Willikers out here. I am on the very west coast of British Columbia, and it's kind of rainy today. Some ducks over there somewhere. Where'd they go? Yeah, so day 12, Gratitude for Men. Sometimes I have things that come to mind and they just flow out and it's all good. Right now, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to say, but I thought you might want to see the ocean. And I hope that you're doing well. I feel there's a lot of things happening in the collective. I do hope you can hear me. We're going into winter, and that means different things for different people. I'm in Canada, but I'm on the west coast, so it won't be too, it does get cold, but we don't get winter the same way that we did when I lived in Ontario. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be super honest. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna say? Like, I have to say something every day about gratitude in this specific direction, and that might sound really harsh for some people, and it might make perfect sense to other people. And it's definitely been like a practice for me and something to focus on and something to realize, like, whoa, if gratitude about anything is not just bubbling up, then like, what's going on? And we've all experienced fucking heartaches, whether it's related to friendships or romantic relationships or parents, family, the whole gamut. And yes, there are so many things I'm thankful for, and like, men make up half the population. And there's also like this whole storyline that I grew up with around me, for a good reason, because without going into it, my mom experienced a lot of the worst from before she was born, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. And I know that other people have experienced the same. The woman that I took a course a couple of years ago, and she was the leader, the facilitator, and she said that she had been assaulted by her grandfather. And I was like, what is going on? How is this even an option? It's not an option. So yeah, there is pain and heartache, and I don't think, like me personally, I'm not here to say this is how we solve it all, obviously, of course. And I'm working through things myself, and things that I thought, like, I didn't know were still there or still bothering me, or I wish they weren't bothering me. It's just part of the tapestry of life, I guess now, or like the death that's in our lives. So for me, gratitude is not about saying that everything is absolutely hunky-dory and no shit has happened, and there hasn't been heartache, and there hasn't been, just like, I wish that my parents had gotten a good parental upbringing and gotten all the love and gotten all the commitment and everything that we all deserve. But they didn't, and they did their best, and I absolutely love and adore my parents. of the things they needed. And then, you know, it's like this cycle, and I'm just like, how do we break out of this? Like, I can see other people are tired of their cycles. I'm tired of my cycles, of things that are just like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, what has been comfortable, or what, sorry, I just hope you can hear me because it's loud. What has been comfortable, or what has been normal or normalized. I was in this quantum October group, and yeah, she was talking about these life changes and like doing things differently and allowing things to be different. And yeah, many people have done that. Things like wild and crazy things have happened, and also just slight shifts have happened too that just changes everything. And yeah. I went to meet up with some ladies today, and the topic is the Course on Miracles. I feel like I got slightly tricked into it by Spirit, because I thought that it was the artist's way, which is also has a lot of spirit focus and like receiving, like being a receptor for creative energy coming from source and coming through you. There's all kinds of wild seaweeds. And so I thought that's the course I was going to, but it's actually a Course on Miracles. And the Course on Miracles is so very Jesus, it's so very heavenly, and so very, I want to say biblical, but like it's Jesus. When I read what's in there, I'm just like, yeah, that's my Jesus. And it's not said in a way that's churchy, and there's all kinds of different people who've been interested in the Course in Miracles that maybe haven't gone to church or interested in church or religiosity or churchianity. And I don't know, I just feel like all this shifting and curiosity and different emotions around faith and Christianity, and my views of other people's views of spirit, and just more and more churchianity like evaporating off of me. But I also have some like religious, I really want to get that purple shell. Whee! I got it. It always looks better when the water's touching it. Yeah, so that has been coming up for me, and I think there's a lot of parental, woo, mamma mia. I'll turn this around for a second. There's a lot of like mom and dad things that come up with just any kind of healing, and this 21 days of gratitude for men has been a healing for me, and there's 2 other women that are doing it, and I'm curious to hear what's been coming up for them as well. And then we'll go into the 4-week journey starting November 10th together, and talk about this more, and be able to do live, I love that purple, be able to do more live discussions together in that, and get into things more, and do call it life-giving daily exercise prompts and stuff. And yeah, so I feel like it's all woven together for me, this unchurchifying and like more like remembering who we are as women, as ourselves, this divine design of the sacred union, and what that means with our relationship with spirit as well, with, you know, life force, God, Yahweh. There was one thing, yeah, so coming up sometime in the next 2 weeks, I'll be having a YouTube discussion with a lady. I won't say her name yet because we don't have the date solidified yet, but with a lovely lady that I know online, and we're going to be talking about this metaphor language of the bride and the bridegroom. Because if you've been to church at all, that language is talked about with like Jesus as the bridegroom and us humans as the bride. And it was always like really strange to me. I was like, what the heck does that mean? It's kind of an ongoing journey, but I feel like I understood more of it like 15 years ago. I did an art piece around it, and then just in different relationships in life, I feel like I understand more of it as well. So we're gonna have a discussion around that and like what that actually means and what that is. And what I love about all of this is just like, maybe this has been talked about a million times, but we've never talked about it. And you know, maybe there's people who died at 102 and talked about this their whole lives, but I never met them and I never talked about it with them. So when I'm like, I'm gonna lead and facilitate this, and like, I don't know everything about this, I'm not an expert about this, but I love having these conversations, and I love facilitating a safe space, and I love the framework that Holy Spirit gave me with like the renewing, the receiving, the releasing, remembering, rewilding, rejoicing. There's this framework that I wrote in like 3 minutes a couple of years ago, and it's the framework that sort of repeats in my life. And yeah, anyways, I look forward to chatting about this more, and I hope you're having a great day. It's a beautiful overcast ocean day here on the west coast of British Columbia. Before we go, I want you to look at this book, this waterlogged book. Look at that. This looks so cool. I hope that you are getting out in nature and doing things for yourself, making art, spending time with water, enjoying this beautiful planet, enjoying yourself. Just right now, as I look at the water, I'm thinking of the fishermen and like the crabbers who go out there and get delicious seafood. I can think of a whole bunch of things I don't like about that as well, but I have eaten delicious seafood and I did not catch it myself, and I'm thankful that a man, probably 99% men, do that fishing, and that I've had delicious seafood. Thank you for the sailors. Thank you for the fishermen. I guess they're a type of watermen. They feel good being on the water. I don't think I could be on the water for that long. People talk about like, oh, I'd love to go on a sailboat and just be in there for like a whole month. I feel claustrophobic just thinking about that. Okay, friends. That was a long one. Happy Saturday.